Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Golf After Hours. I am your host, Mike Ratchman. You're watching us live here on the Texas Golf Insider Network. Golfer Kloss is going to be here. This is a special show. You know, it's Christmas time. It's right around the corner. It's hard to get Golfer Kloss to come on in, but he's coming from Dyess Air Force Base, and he's supposed to be surprising us. I don't know what he's going to bring to the show, but I heard it's going to be cool. So you want to stick around for that when Golfer Kloss shows up right after the break. Hey, folks, listen, check out how to win a year's supply of Pro V1 golf balls. You can go to TexasGolfInsider.com and sign up. That's the TexasGolfInsider.com. Sign up right now. And in about 3 weeks, we're going to give a bunch of Pro V golf balls, a sleeve of golf balls every week. For 52 weeks is going to come to some special winner. So you can't win if you don't play. The TexasGolfInsider.com. Sign up now. Hey, folks, listen, we have a good show for you tonight. Golfer Kloss, of course, is going to be here. An international golf writer, Art Strickland, is going to be joining us. He's going to spend a few minutes with us. We're going to talk a little bit about, everybody's whining about a golf ball now. So Art is kind of close to the story. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Jon Rahm. Hey, folks, you heard he hasn't signed anything yet, but I swear he is signing to go to LIV, and that's a done deal. You heard it here. He's going. If not, it could be as early as tomorrow that he could be going, and that's no kidding, because he's not signed up for the FedEx, and that only lets me know that the FedEx is huge. That means he's getting a bunch of money not to go. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Hey, got a lot to talk about too. The LIV Tour is getting stronger and stronger every day. We'll talk about that as well. And anything we decide to talk about, man. And if you want to chime in, want to ask any questions, Johnny G will be able to take care of you. He's the man who's behind the scene running the show. So you know the old routine? Stick around. We'll take your comments. Go grab yourself a cold one. We're coming back right after the break. Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. Mike Ratchman here, and we're waiting for Golfer Kloss to show up. I know he's working real hard. What?
How low can you go, Ratchman? You got a 58 in your bag this Christmas holiday.
Holy crap, dude. You look really authentic.
I am real. Man. Watch. I'll bite my finger and scream. I am real, kid. I am real.
Wow. Santa, what the hey is going on?
Oh, you got to start early here. You know, you got to be kind of proactive with all the kiddies and stuff like that. And I'm out here at the golf course here, Mesquite Grove, passing out some of these attitude sticks right here. You call them candy canes. They're attitude sticks, folks. What you do is you hit it sideways, out of bounds, or three-putt. All you do, crack that puppy open, put one in your mouth, chew it vigorously, and guess what happens? You shoot even par the rest of the way. So that's my present to all of you.
Hey, folks, this is what I have to deal with every week, the unexpected.
But wait, there's more. You can't go anywhere without the secret Santa sauce. That's right. Fireball. Hey, by the way, what are you drinking, Ratchman?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a new one here, Davey. And I talked to our producer offline. Folks, if you've never tried it, give it a shot. Chestnut Farms, bottled and bonded. U.S. government, man. Let me tell you, it's 100 proof.
Drink enough of that stuff, folks. That horse is going to turn into a unicorn.
Well, as you can tell, I had a good start today. It's Golf After Hours. This is what we do. And hey, Greg, you and I really enjoy a really good drink. You know what I like about this. You know, I like the vanilla flavor. You know, this has, and it's a smooth little burn. You know that you get, but I like the vanilla. And this is the first time I put ice in it. You know, so it kind of has a licorice taste when you put water in it when it's straight up. You know, it just really got to me. It's a real mellow vanilla flavor to it. It's got a couple
Speaking
other
of
flavors.
mellow, you get this stuff right here, peppermint mocha from Starbucks. You put a little schnapps in it. Let me tell you, your reindeers will be in high gear. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
So,
It's that
folks, you know, we're in the spirits and drinking the spirits. So, hey, I can recommend, you know, Chestnut Farms. It's you want to go to Total Wine to get it. You know, I think that would be the best place, most reasonable place. I paid about $105 or $110 for it. I think that's what it's running. Maybe a little bit taller than that. They do have different proofs, so you can check it out. Hey, and next week we're going to check out one of the bottles of the Old Forester family. You know, I think you guys like Old Forester. They got a whole family full of them. I'll pick one out. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do, but next week we'll have another cocktail together. Hey, Gravy.
I love this. I love this. Chestnuts roasting on my lips as I'm getting toasted from my hips. All right, let's go to it's a golf show, baby. It's a golf show. Let me tell you.
Very quick, Gravy. Very, very quick. I like it. Okay, you're gonna have to come up with the Forster family next week. There's gonna be a lot of
don't worry, we can get lost in a forest for a season. We like to drink for any reason.
Hey, let's stick with chestnuts roasting. I love that one. Hey, I gotta ask you, baby, was the Hero Golf Tournament a hit?
Yes and no.
Okay. I kind of feel the same way. Tell me your yes and no.
It was pretty cool. Again, you know, we know that, you know, it's Tiger TV, even though he finished like near last place, right? He did his best, but you know, right now it's time for golf to just give it a break. You know, we need to get that break because it's kind of like, you know, you go on, it's very redundant. You know, they're putting things on just for whatever. You need that break. So when January, the first week of January comes, there's that anticipation for the opening season championship. And I think lately we've got away from giving it a break, let the guys go, let them rest. And, you know, let's go watch a couple of Wonderful World of Golf or something to that effect if we got to get our fix. But, I mean, the play was great. The venue is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But just right now, it's just not golf season.
Well, you know, I don't mind. I get to the golf season, and I wish they would really have stayed where they were to give it a break. Because I will say this: I'm watching football. There's no doubt. I mean, I'm watching college. Got a lot of money on those games. I'm not betting on these games right now. We're doing our one and done. You already got the information, you know, and pass it on to a bunch of your friends. Johnny, I hope you got yours. We start the one and done up in January, so sign up now. And folks, if you want to sign up for the one and done, go to TexasGolfInsider.com, or you can check it. You can give me a call, or better off email me, Mike at the TexasGolfInsider.com. A lot of fun, a little bit of gambling. Okay, it's not much. You're not going to win a whole lot, not going to lose a whole lot. But it's a gas, and at the end of the year, we're having a tournament. We haven't decided what state we're going to go to or what venue we're going to go to, but you'll want to check that out. Now, get back to the Hero. The viewership was up 100% the first day of Tiger showing up. What was crazy, I mean, because last year was 217,000 people that actually watched the first day. First day here was 497,000, doubled what they watched. But you know what's kind of interesting? I used AI to Google what were the final numbers.
Mhm.
Can't find it. Can't find it anywhere.
Because
So I
kind
don't
of
know
like
if
his scores, it dropped off. I mean,
yeah.
and if you notice, and everybody knows that I'm not the biggest Tiger fan, but I've kind of come around a little bit lately. Hey, at least I'm wearing red today. You know what I'm saying? So, Tiger, if you notice, as he was not doing very well, I mean, he went a couple under par, then he'd have a tragedy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, there's two types of Tiger people. They're the ones who love him, like, and then there's people not like me, because I don't wish him any bad luck, but there's people out there that want to see him crash and burn. And what I felt that even though they kept showing him, if you'll notice on Friday and Saturday, after he shot his horrendous round, Tiger started limping again. And I don't think, the guy's a prideful guy, but um, I think he needs to give it a little bit more break. He's not there yet.
Well, his routine. How do you like this? Like his routine, Dave. Here it is, right here. 4 or 5 hours of recovery after playing one round. I mean, he's got to do the ice tubs. He's got to do the saunas. He's got to do the rehabbing. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, did I just say that out loud? I am so sorry.
Yeah. Well, the masseuse has got to be there, working on him. That's a full day just to get him ready for a full day.
Right. And then going out there, it's not it's not a walk in the park when you're going up and down and it's 5 hours worth of, playing golf, swinging and waiting. And,
Now,
you saw a lot of from him.
One thing I did notice, his swing changed over the day. I watched it on Friday, and then he started bending down a little bit more compared to what he was doing the first day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anybody bought that up at all, but I goes, when he started the first day, it was a nice, smooth swing, but now he started getting down, he coming over on the ball. And so I don't know if that's from hurting. I know I have a bad back, and what you want to do is you don't want to really twist that back.
Right. So you bend your knees a little bit more. It takes the pressure off of it. So, I hope he does well. Him and Charlie are going to go play in the PNC, and, the parents and the child. That's going to be fun. It's not a whole lot of pressure, and a lot of spotlight will be on Charlie. But as in regular tournament stuff, especially with a limited field, I think, and I know because you got to remember, he's also the host of this thing. So not only does he have that, he has the duties of what a host does during the week too. So it's a full week at least for him. And but at this time of the year, I think we need to give it a break, because we need to start jonesing for a golf tournament, and not just it's another golf tournament.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I've got to admit, I didn't watch it Friday or Saturday. I was hunting. I did watch college, and you got to be real happy with Texas getting into the, yeah. I mean, a lot of people. I would have thought that it would be Florida instead of Washington, but I'm glad we're going to 12 games next year.
Yeah, I know. And SEC has a big paycheck. They got that, running it there. To me, it should have been Washington, of course, and Michigan. Those are no brainers. Florida State should have went in, right? Because what they're using as an excuse is actually a positive thing because of the quarterback situation. You got your third string and you're still winning. Okay. So you're perfect.
That's the way I looked at it, Dave.
Texas gets the last spot because they beat Alabama. Yeah. But what is a college football playoff without the SEC? And so, that was not a beautiful thing. But, I didn't get to watch a heck of a lot of it. As everybody knows, Golfer Claus was out at Texas A&M Golf Club.
Well, you got a lot of stuff to do.
Oh, yeah. So, and matter of fact, Golfer Claus is going to be coming back home to San Antonio this weekend, because the South Texas PGA has the Junior Tour Championships at the Hyatt Hill Country this weekend.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey, listen, you doing horses this year or reindeer?
I'm doing reindeer. Mine, I got a new reindeer. He shines a little bit. His name is Fireball. He's going to be leading the way. Rudolph's getting a little old. You just put a little sauce in the tank, and Fireball will make you go places you've never gone before and see things you never have seen in your life.
Okay, a little Rudolph. Rudolph is backed off a little bit. And Fireball's come to the front.
Fireball
Huh?
is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I have not a
Uh-oh.
clue what's going
That's
on
the
there.
censors. That's the censors. I must have said something wrong. I must have said something wrong.
You got censored, dude. Someone jumped in and you got
Oh
censored.
my God. Can you believe Santa got canceled live on TV, folks? Oh my God.
What
There's
did
gonna be
you
there's
say
gonna be some
wrong?
coal in those stockings, let me tell you.
Hey,
Instead of
listen,
Pro V1s, we're giving range balls.
I think you said Fireball, and that got someone fired up, I guess. Uh,
Hey, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is.
Hey, Dave, I got to get to you about this. So, everybody's whining about the golf ball again, and you know, I'm not getting all of it. I mean, I got to understand are we going in a different direction? Is the
Yes.
USGA and the RNA gone a little wokey on us or something? Because or is someone complaining that someone's hitting the ball too long?
Think about this. Golf is at its all-time high. It's been in a long, long time. Okay. People
Right.
are enjoying what's going on. This silly rule is only going to affect the professionals. Okay. They're the ones that's hitting it far. Rolling it back is not going to hurt or help the everyday golfer. And that's what really sucks. So here's what my proposal is: leave the golf ball where it is at this moment. And let's start working on some of the rules, like your ball's in the middle of the fairway in a divot, or out of bounds is stroke and distance to speed up play. Why don't we just drop up there? Those are the things that these people need to be taking care of. The golf ball is fine. Let's just regulate it like we did the driver face at 0.810. That's the spring effect. That's all you can go. So let's just say the golf ball can only go this far. Okay. You want to make it fun? Look at some of the golf courses that the pros play that are really tough. They're not long. They got rough. They make it difficult with the rough and the greens and the pins. So shortening the golf ball, they're still going to be the longest people in the game. And we're still going to be the shortest people in the game. So it really doesn't matter whether you're driving a Volkswagen or a Porsche. It's just going to be the same.
Dave, you couldn't have said that really any better, because what they need to do is, you got a Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, he can bang the ball a mile, but he's in the rough all the time. So make the fairways a little narrow. I mean, if you want to bang the ball, well, good luck. If you hit the fairway, good for you. If you don't, bad for you.
I just think the suits are kind of ruining our game a little bit, stumping our momentum. And again, let's do things that will benefit the golfer. Okay.
Yeah, and why is the PGA and PGA of America, they already oppose this? They want nothing to do with it all. So why are people jamming it down their throat? And this looks like something that is really on the table this time.
It's on the table, but everybody has to realize that the PGA and the PGA Tour do not make the rules. Okay. It's the United States Golf Association and the RNA. They are the regulators of the rules of golf for the universe. And again, someone up there with a suit on, with his tie on a little too tight because it's cutting off the circulation in his brain, is really not thinking. Okay. So instead of hitting it 320 and we're going to roll it back 10 yards, they're hitting it 310. Well, Mike, you're a popcorn golfer. So let's say you hit it 240 and roll it back 230. Is that going to benefit you anyway? Did it do something to the game? No, it didn't do a thing. And so I think it's one of the most ludicrous things. And all the people in the USGA and RNA are getting big rocks of coal in their bags this Christmas because they suck.
Gopher Claus, you are so smart. You make more sense than they do. I can tell you that, Gopher.
Well, thank you, because I went to school of golf, and 2 + 2 = 4. That's all I can count to. 4. And I'm not talking about that lawyer either. It's 4.
Hey, folks, listen, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we got lots to talk about. This golf ball thing is probably not over. We're going to be losing a huge player. I say it's going to be as early as tomorrow, maybe next week. I'm not sure. But I mean, there's no point around. This is really going to happen. We'll talk about it right after the break. Go grab yourself a Kohler Golf After Hours. We'll be right back. Dang, this is good.
Old friend, our hearts know you. You welcome us with open arms. Your stories are our favorites to retell. And you love surprising us with new ones. Our family treasures these moments with you and your sugar white sand.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first PGA Tour events. Or cross this bridge and know that Nelson, Hogan, Palmer, and Crenshaw each crossed it first. Because this is Brackenridge Park, the oldest 18-hole public golf course in Texas, site of the first Texas Open and home to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Set your tee time today and step into history at Brackenridge Park.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, and we got golfer Klaus in the hole here. But I want to get this out to Brian Graybill's watching us. Thanks, Brian. We miss you too, buddy. You're the one who got us started in all of this. I'm glad you chime in, and I hope
You got us in the hole is what you got us in. We're in a deep hole here. Let me tell you.
Well, and I hope you enjoyed your dinner in New Braunfels last night. I hope that went well. And Michael Furr, hey, he wants to know what's your favorite ho 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 ho.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Michael. Not being the longest driver, I mean, this guy got like this 20-foot,
Well,
40-foot driver. It's
Mr.
humongous.
Guinness Book of Records himself.
Let me tell you, I'm just a short stick. So my favorite ho 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 is over at Lackland Air Force Base, Gateway Hills. It's number 9. They call it Heart Attack Hill. That's the way I take care of all my competition. I make them walk up that hill. Ain't no good after that. So ho 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 number 9, Heart Attack.
Now
Hill.
you know. Now you know.
The rest of the story.
Hey, we had talked about John Rahm here,
Yes.
Dave, you and I, last couple of weeks, and everybody was saying, especially McElroy, he said there's no way that John Rahm is going. Well, I'll let you know if it's going to be this week or next week. He's going to make the announcement, but because the FedEx is going to be played here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I believe, and he's not in it. He has not signed up for that, and that's my indication that he's done. He's with the Live, and what I know they said $600 million is what he's going to get. Now, how that works out for a signing bonus, but Dave, how do you turn down $600 million?
Well, if you're John Rahm, you don't, because that's generational wealth. Okay. And it's actually ludicrous because, again, going back to they're trying to buy their way into golf and using some of the major stars. For me, it lets other people in the door. I still am pissed at John Rahm because the week I picked him in the one and done, and don't forget, folks, you can sign up for the one and done on the Texas Golf Insider Facebook page or on the website. But I picked him, and all of a sudden he got sick and knocked himself out, which cost me some big bucks. So, John, you could go ahead and go. I mean, it's okay. You're going to play in the Masters. We get it. Blah, 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 blah. But, it opens the door. We have some exciting talent out there, especially in college ranks, too. And, we even got some of Texas' own, the Cootie Bros and Mitch Meisner from Texas, Mac Meisner from I mean, there's some up-and-coming good players. So if some of these major stars are not in it for the history and the legacy, but they're in for the dollars, go play the, the overpriced MGA, better known as the Live Tour. And, but they still ain't got no TV except the CW. What's on CW?
That's
Nothing.
kind of like, I like your watered down answer.
Did you like that? Was very political, very political.
Dave, I'll tell you what, it comes around a time where you start taking a look at the Live Tour and where are the big boys hanging out. And let me tell you, there is a lot of big boys that are hanging out in the Live Tour right now, and they're making millions and millions. And it's just a matter of time before they get a network, because sooner or later people are going to want to see the best players on the planet play, and we're losing them to the Live Tour every month. There's someone.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Man, you set that up like a softball at a Longhorn softball game, buddy. Because this last week on the DP Tour, they allowed Cam Smith to be playing, and he lost to 3 amateurs, folks. Yeah, this is the gazillion-dollar man of the Live Tour, the British Open champion, and all that other stuff. And 3 amateurs from England did better in the tournament than him. So, oh well.
Well, hey, listen, Tiger beats Zolataris. I mean, but that doesn't mean it's a one. That's just the way golf is. I'm talking about eyeballs here, man.
Okay, so how many people? Let's ask AI. I got Chat GBT. I can ask how many people watched the DP event last week, and I guarantee you it's nothing like the hero. So Cam Smith can't even hold Tiger Woods' jock right now, let alone his peppermint. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know what? Let him go, Ratch. Let him go, because guess what? Here's what happened. Pat Perez is about to get kicked out of this thing. Where is he go? Nowhere. So when these guys get aging, okay, and Dustin Johnson can't play no more because of his back, and then he trips over another infamous stare, and DeChambeau's back goes out, and then all of a sudden it's now his shoulder because he's long drive guy. Where do they go? They have nowhere to go anymore. Okay, but they got the money. Let them have the
I'll
money.
tell you what, though, Dave. When you got $500 million in the bank, you can have games on the side that are going to be more exciting than what you're going to see on the PGA. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I love the PGA. I grew up with it, but here in the last couple of years, I'm starting to see a little sway here. And you pull a Jon Rahm, and wow, that is because Tiger Woods is not going to hold it. McIlroy, don't be surprised if McIlroy gets that same deal, and next thing you know, the LIV Tour is now the PGA Tour because it's leaning in that direction. We got games now that I'm betting on, and I'm going, now who the hell is this? Who is this guy? Now, I'm not saying it's not exciting to watch, but I'm just saying, Jon Rahm is huge. He's a big depth.
As you're finding out, when they go to the majors and they play in the events that they can play on our tour, notice there's only like one or two, and there's not the same guys every time that's rising to the cream of the crop. And these are supposed to be the best players in the world. And when they play in some of our events, they're not up there. Maybe one, like Brooks won, right? But you're not. So let them go. Let them wear their shorts, play loud music, shotgun starts, MGA, go get the money. I don't blame anybody for going and getting the money, okay? Matter of fact, here's a deal right now. If you did not know, folks, that Abraham Ancer, who is on the LIV Tour, just signed a deal with the South Texas PGA, and he's going to start a big foundation and a scholarship fund, right, for one of our junior golfers. And we're going to host an event that Abraham Ancer said that, he is going to take care of half of the entry fee, and it's going to be a big, ginormous thing.
Yeah, I just said that recently. We're going to have to get our man on here to talk about that a little bit. But Ancer, I like him. I won money on Ancer, but he's also playing in the LIV Tour.
Right.
So,
but how long are you going to take? Any business model is going to take a loss. Okay. There's, like I said, there's going to be lawsuits and stuff like that because we know that they're operating in the red. Everybody knows that, right? So, what do you do?
hey, Dave, they got a $22 trillion slush fund. The interest on that alone is taking care of the LIV Tour.
Yeah, but when you have Taylor Gooch as your leading guy, money winner, and top of the earnings ranking for 2023, not Cam Smith, not Brooks Koepka, Taylor Gooch.
Hey, let me tell you, I won some money on that guy. When I seen him go, I didn't like that.
But he's not a household name like these guys who are signing Conzillion. Whatever happened to Phil? Phil can't even get in the top.
Well, I can tell you, he was making himself a household name because I was enjoying watching him. And when he left, I was a little upset. I'm going, man, this is an up-and-coming guy. I really want to see him stay on the PGA Tour. Look, he goes to the LIV, and now he's the money leader. He's a good player.
Because he only has to beat 48 people, which is actually only 24.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to make a point that he's a good player, and
he is a good player, but he couldn't let him go. Let him go.
All right.
Let him
go. All right. So since we're just going to talk a little bit about the PGA right now, the PGA Tour Player of the Year is coming up. Okay. And we got Jon Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, Victor Hovland, and Wyndham Clark, and Rory McIlroy. And I know who you'd like to pick, but where does your take away your heart? Where does the Player of the Year go to?
I think Scotty Scheffler. I really do.
Okay. Yep.
Being consistent. I would go with. He's more consistent across the board. So.
Yeah, I agree. He's won a ton of what he said. He had 23 events, 2 wins, 17 top 10s, 3 top 10s in the majors. That's huge. And he walks away with $21 million. That's a lot of loot.
That is a lot of loot.
Second
lot
place,
of
who would be your second place guy?
my second place guy. Just I'm not going to say Rory McIlroy because he's been inconsistent, and I think, and that's like
Okay,
you're,
good.
blah blah blah. They got the TTL going, and his focus has been there. You know, Rom was pretty darn good the whole year as well, but
Yep, he was. So,
just
okay.
thinking,
So,
across the board, as you read the stats, Scotty Scheffler has been the most consistent player, and it'd be a Florida State Seminole playoff loss if they didn't pick somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And I pick him as well. Real quick, we got probably about a minute here. How about your, let's see, rookie of the year? We got Ludwig Eber, it's like that guy, Eric Cole, Nico Hasharahara, and Vincent Noren. I know I butchered Nico's name. So who do you pick?
Didn't I pick Nico, right? I think that's who I picked. The guy who won the Barbasol Classic. Because you got Auberg. That guy is going to probably get it.
That's my pick. Auberg, I like him a lot. He's only played 11 events, won one, 4 top tens, walked away with $3.1 million. That's a lot of loot. And Eric Cole, come on. Eric Cole is quite the player as well.
So we got those players to start filling the gaps that can be potential stars. Hey, I got to give y'all some breaking news, folks. You just heard it here. I'm going to give you, this is Santa's prediction for the year. Tiger Woods is going to leave Nike.
Okay, with that, we'll go take a break.
First on the Texas Golf Insider. Tiger Woods is
leaving. One down and take a break and think about that one. Golf After Hours, don't go away. We got Art Strickland coming on right after the break.
Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comal River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year, featuring the Titleist T-Series irons, which combine exceptional feel, more consistency, and precise control. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Hi, buddy. Welcome back to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman in Golfer Claus. He's been joining us for the full hour. You know, and if you've been a good boy, good girl, who knows what's going to come your way, because he can see all, knows all, see it all. I mean, he's amazing.
Well, I know it can go your way, folks. If you go to the Texas Golf Insider magazine, you can go on the digital link as well. You can sign up to get free Pro V1s for a year. Oh, 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 oh. And if you don't, you get range balls. Cool.
Hey, listen, and while you're going to the Texas Golf Insider, you can go there to get to Kobe Stevens, but I just go to KobeStevens.com because he's got specials running. And I tell you what, he's got some really cool T-shirts that he's got out for Christmas. My wife.
Whoa! You said T-shirts, Ratchman. Yeah. I'm glad you said. Look at this one. Kobe Stevens. Yes, baby. Freaking bear and hitting balls.
Well, now that's a Kobe Stevens commercial right there. Santa, you've been a good boy. You've been a real good boy all year.
Yes, I have. Yes,
hey,
Mrs. Claus is going to take care of Santa when he comes home from a long trip.
You want to be a good boy and you want to be a good girl, get yourself KobeStevens.com, folks. Get on top of there. I'm getting several sets of the bourbon glasses they got on there, and they look really cool. I think we already made the order. But folks, the deals that he's got on there and the type of shirts that he has that you can get under $70. I mean, it's just really good. They got some great kid stuff. They got some great women's stuff. Just get on there. I mean, if you're Christmas shopping for that golfer in your life, whoever it might be, check it out, man. He's got styles that you can't find anyplace else. I shouldn't say that because he's in a lot of retail stores and pro shops in Texas, but it's easier just to go to KobeStevens.com, check it out. And if you put in TGI, you get 20% off. So 20%, there you go. 2020, Santa's got it. Santa's got it. KobeStevens.com. Don't forget to go there. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, and listen.
Yes.
If you're thinking about building a house, and maybe Johnny can throw up some stuff here for Rocking J Ranch, but if you're thinking about building a house, I can't think of a better place than Rocking J Ranch. And folks, it's the premier golf community in Central Texas. And I'm not jiving you. I mean, just take a look at the reviews. I mean, 4.5 stars, 5 stars. Check it out on Facebook and Golf Advisor. Check it all out, man. They do a phenomenal job when it comes to building homes, the community, and they got a great track. I mean, just really got a great track out there. And if you take the tour, how do you like this? Valor Creek, you can go play Valor Creek anytime you want. Cart included, holidays, doesn't make any difference. They're giving you 2 free rounds of golf to go play. So if you're thinking about building a house, take the tour. And even if it doesn't work out for you, you got 2 rounds of golf, you will be happy with the golf course. One or the other, if not 2, you're going to be real happy with. And you can call 830-833-2266 for an appointment. But to get that coupon, you can't get it unless you go to the TexasGolfInsider.com or you pick up the Texas Golf Insider magazine. Got to have that coupon available when you come on out. You won't be disappointed.
Get the coupon. Get the coupon, folks. Tap.
Okay, so hey,
get
listen, we kind, and I'll tell you what. We talked about the golf balls. We talked about Jon Rahm. I really, and again, I'm hoping Art can come in. I don't know what's holding him up. He's usually just a little bit off sometimes when he comes on in, but I'm assuming he'll be here shortly. We talked about Jon Rahm leaving for maybe $600 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Gary McCord, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
We know Gary. He's done. He doesn't do anything anymore. He does walk a little bit on some of the special events. He'll get out there, still likes to do on-the-ground commentary. The LIV Tour called him up, and they want to partner your man Faraday with John McCord. I'm sorry, Gary McCord.
Yes.
They want to partner them back up. And you and I, we thought that was the duo, man. You and I had so much fun when the things they would say on golf. It got so stuffy that they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes. And if you take a look at it for the whole what's its worth, is the LIV Tour is now grasping because the viewership is not there. So why not get the two premier guys from the past, and put them together again, because they feed off each other, kind of like you and I have for the last 17 years. Folks, they don't need a script just like us, man. They just let it roll and rock and roll, and they are very entertaining. And so the LIV Tour now is trying to they're trying to gain traction right now. They only got one tread on their tire. And so I think bringing in McCord, but again, the majors people don't want to touch them. And if you're relegated, maybe Elon Musk will get his own television station or something and put them on there. But the CW, that's a far reach, man. Those are reruns from Criminal Minds and stuff like on that.
Well, hey, I can tell you this. You'll be happy, Dave, to hear this, because he turned them down.
Now, that's my man. That's my man.
He turned them down, and he said he was offered crazy money. And he said, man, I'm 75 years old. I don't need to work. And he says, I don't want to travel to Japan. I don't want to travel to Korea. He says, and they said, you know something? You don't have to do anything. You're in Dallas. You stay in Dallas. We'll put a golf hole behind you like you're really there. And then you get yourself two guys on the ground that will do all the on the ground interviews. You don't have to do none of that. Be in the station. That's all you have to do. We'll box you and Faraday in. And he checked with Faraday, and Faraday got $10 million to make that move. Now, as an announcer, you are taking $10 million, a golf announcer, $10 million in the New York Minute. Jim Nance is the only one who would probably get bigger than that.
Well, it's either that or you're a football coach for Texas A&M and get fired for $65 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's $24,000 an hour that cat's getting be fired. But it's as you see, everything's revolving around the evil dollar. You do as well as I do. We get in this game for passion. Do I make $1 gazillion? No, but I love coming here for the last 17 years with you, Ratch, and doing this. Right? I have fun. I have fun at my job on the Grow Golf Around the World Tour. To me, it's not about the money. It's about satisfaction and growing our game one swing at a time. So if people want the big dollars, go get them. But is it going to really make your heart full at the end of the day? It'll make your pocket full. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah.
You know what? It's not going to make anything else. Because you know what, folks? Look, I got it right here, baby. Woo! I'm just like it.
Santa been a good boy. Santa been a good boy. It's
not $1 million, but I'll
tell you what though, he's making
to make
right.
me happy because my heart gets filled when I see a smile on a friend's face or a golfer's face that we've given them a golf lesson and we've got them in the right direction and they're playing one of the greatest games that ever was. So if people want to, and I hate to use the word prostitute it out and make $1 gazillion, go do it. Mine is about the heart, not the pocketbook.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's crazy money. It's bigger than baseball. It's bigger than football.
Dude, you're making me
bigger
drink now. You're making me drink some more Fireballs.
Yeah, no,
looking like
it's gotten to the point where it is crazy. It's money, but everybody's making it. The stations are making it. The PGA's making it. The USPGA. All of these guys are making billions of dollars, but for the first time, they have to start sharing it. And I tell you what, the LIV Tour is making everybody on the PGA Tour much, much wealthier. And
well,
the
yeah,
tournaments
and
are
it's going to be
much,
great
much-
for the up and comers. I mean, but you got to look back in 1980 when Tom Kite was the first guy to hit $1 million for the season. That was a big deal, right? Because they weren't making that kind of money. You know, Jack and all them guys were there. Tom Kite does that, and then you got the, you know, you have the Arnie effect, the Nicklaus effect, the Tiger effect. All right. You know, the money's going to be there. People are paying big bucks because they're realizing that golf is the #1 outdoor sport. You know, it's vitamin D therapy. People love playing the game and having fun. So, you know, for us, you know, I rather right now be on the golf course with you playing golf and Blanco Bob and Adam and Johnny and everybody else than watching it on TV. That does nothing for me because you know what? I stop on the green and I start getting on the screen, baby, and I kind of find out what's going on. I don't have to waste all that time. I want to go play.
Well, you know, hey, but look at it. If someone came to us with a big deal for you and I to take this program on a national basis, we'd do it the New York Minute.
They would give us some money. They wouldn't give us Saudi money, right? They would give us money,
hell no.
right?
You know,
And,
I'm happy
but
for
you got to
them.
remember, it's taken us 17 years to be an overnight success, right? And so, you know, and Johnny and his crew, GA Media, you know, which is a great production company, folks. And if you ever need it, you need to go to Google GA Media, folks. Yeah, get paid, but when you get to the point, what's going to be the point? This is what I see this, Ratchman, and maybe this is a wrong analogy, but I see this becoming like NIL deals for college football players. It's going to get out of whack. When will the madness end? Okay, is it the Saudis are going to try to destroy the PGA Tour, right? Okay, yeah, they called them out and they found and Mickelson was right and yada, yada, yada. But when does it stop? Okay, so now Jon Rahm gets in there, and let's say he does sign for $600 million, okay? What are you going to pay Scotty Scheffler? $700 million? Okay, so then Scotty Scheffler goes, okay? Then who's next? Rory ain't going, okay? But then on the other side of that, okay, people who these guys are signing, there's only 48 of them, they're getting kicked out. So when you have a good guy like Harold Varner who's doing it and said up front, guys, I'm doing it for the money. I'm not going to lie like the other guys and say, you know, yada, 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 because they're jonesing to go play in more tournaments. I'm there for the money, right? But what happens when Harold Varner, a feel-good story, gets kicked out because you signed another $500 million guy? Where does he go? What did he do? You know what I'm saying? It's going to get out of whack where it's going to get uncontrollable because at the end of the day, the LIV Tour does not make any money. And it just goes to show you, and it will in court when they all get there, that it's a glass menagerie. It's not a business.
Well, you know, I see them joining in some way because the LIV is not going away. There's other entities that are going to probably get involved in this deal, so it doesn't look like a big scam and one big company running the golf around the world. You know, so and again, as far as you know, the guy who leads up the PGA, I think he's got to go. That's always been my opinion. I think he's screwed up.
Monahan?
Yes, I think it's time for him to go. I don't trust him anymore. And the players don't either. I mean, just listen to some of the jive that they're around the country on them. I can't believe Jay Monahan is still there.
Well, look at all the underhand deals that they've done. You've got that guy down in Florida, Cimarron, who's been secretly cutting deals with Saudi people over there, because that's what they are, the live people. And oh ho ho, here he comes. And so you got those guys cutting the deal without the players knowing. Come on, Rats, that's like you going to work in a real job and all of a sudden your boss says, oh, by the way, you're going to do this because we just had a hostile takeover, a non-hostile takeover, and you're going to like it.
Well,
where else is
look,
the PGA Tour? So here's what the PGA Tour should do, and I hope Art backs me up on this. I think the players should go get pissed off and start their own tour all over again.
well, you came in at the right time where Santa's pretty pissed off, Art.
I woke up from a bad dream and there was John Daly on your show today.
Well, we got Golfer Claus today. Hey, Art, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, always glad to be with you guys.
Well, we were just talking, and Dave or Santa, it was getting a little red-faced there for a while. I'm glad you came in. I've seen a respirator coming his way when I brought up the idea that Jon Rahm was going to be going to the Live Tour, and I've been saying that for about a month. And Rory says no, and Dave says yes, and I say yes. What you say?
I'd still to be determined. I think if he was going, he would have gone by now. So I think that, he's using this leverage to try to push the tour to a settlement with the Saudis. But I just think if he was just going to take the $600 million and go, he would have already done that. So this is more a leverage way for John and trying to obviously get some clarity. Like to see, some people come back together. It seems like there's an awful big divide. And I think he may eventually go, but I don't think he's gone yet. That's just my take.
Okay, I tell you what, I told Dave, I said he's gone tomorrow. He's gone tomorrow. But that's just my gig, So we'll see what happens. There's been
he can't sign on Pearl Harbor Day. Come on, Raj.
That's almost the perfect time to do it. I mean,
we got to sneak attack.
The Japs and the Spaniards sneak attack.
Oh, I can see it now. That actually, I think it's the perfect day. So everybody's saying this a weeks down the line, and you know why I say tomorrow? I didn't really say it until just now. The reason I said it is because he did not sign up for the FedEx, which is right around the corner here, 3 weeks from now, and he's not in it. So I think he's gone way before that.
He has until 5 o'clock the Friday before to sign up for the tournament. I think Art has made a lot of sense. Like I said, to hell with it. The players, go start your own tour again. We did it before. Let's do it again.
And also, Jon Rahm had a great line, and I think this is true about 20 guys on the tour. Not 120, but 20. He said, 600 million is not going to change my life. And I think that's a very accurate statement. Not going to change Scottie Scheffler's life. Not going to change Rory's life. Yeah, sure as heck would change, Ryan Palmer's
the Foodie boys that are coming up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to change their life. So, it's not the money with him. I think it's more leverage, and so, I just think that this whole thing with the tour and they gave themselves a December 31st deadline, which was a horrible idea because every time you give a deadline like that, well, then you got to try to meet it. And so I didn't work out.
That's true. Good point. But I'll tell you what, if Rahm goes, Rory's next. He jumped off the panel and Spieth took over. He's looking at it and he goes, Rami, you go, I'm with you. And now the Live Tour is the PGA Tour. And
but he just signed that deal with Tiger for the TGL Monday Night League. So
but that's been postponed for a year.
Yeah, that's going bye-bye in the car. Anyway.
Right.
I never understood that to start with, to be honest with you. But now the weather gods have intervened on that. I think we're spared. but it's a turbulent time of golf. And here's my other question. You don't hear anybody talking about this, but since we're the golf show of record in Texas, we can talk about it. The people who are getting hurt the most are the non-designated tournaments in golf. And what are the non-designated tournaments? Oh, by the way, that's the 4 we have in Texas. That's the Texas Open, Valero. That's the Byron Nelson. That's the Colonial. And that's the Houston Open. None of those are designated. So what do you think the field's going to be for something like that? I mean, Larson, Senegal, and Craig Smith could be the greatest salesman of all time. But without designated status, without the no cut, without the 20 million, how many big names do you really think we're going to see in San Antonio? I'm venturing to say not very many.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, though, Houston is a designated tournament, right?
No.
Oh, I thought they were a designated tournament.
No, they're just going to change dates.
They change states, but they're not designated.
Oh, okay. Then I got that wrong. All right. So
first time.
Yeah.
Hey, what's today in history?
And I admit it in front of everybody throughout the week. I go, what? Hey, we were going to get to the art of golf, and folks, you got to stick around for this. We got a few minutes to talk about it. But Art, I read an article that you had put in Sports Illustrated. It's about your dad, and I'll tell you what: any dads that you played golf with, and I'm one of them, played golf with my dad, and my dad was not very good at all. He was better at him, and I were great at the 19th hole all the time. I mean, we knocked it out of the park, man. Let me tell you. But we got rides home instead of Ubers, and you hit it right on the head. I had the pleasure of meeting your dad at one of the tournaments, or at one of the DFW golf shows that he had come up. Very nice.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, very nice man. Got to meet him. Had a nice chat with him, and I mean, it's like once you met your dad, it was like you knew him by the time you got done talking to him. He was one of those guys. And how long have you been doing this, Mike? And what are your plans? Does things look good down? You know, and I think you put it right. The Zig Ziglar kind of guy.
Yeah,
and he really is. Tell us a little bit about your dad and the story, because it hit Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, well, it was just great. And I think you made a good point. My dad loved the game of golf, but most of all, he loved being with people, and he loved playing with people, and people he wanted to play with. And so I wrote in before his funeral back in September, a guy gave me a great line about my dad. He said, playing golf with your dad was like playing golf with Norman Vincent Peale or Zig Ziglar, you know, because he loved the game, but he wasn't very good at it. But he loved it because he got to know people, and he got to talk to people, and he got to learn how they were doing and what they were going through. And so, you know, we were so fortunate to get to play so many great places together, Ratch, and really, you know, really nothing else that we could have done that we didn't get to do. So that was great. But, you know, I wrote about the one time, and this is the way it is for everybody, is that we're playing up at Big Cedar Lodge, Buffalo Ridge, and it's just his day. And like I said, he wasn't very good, never was good. He knew it, everybody knew it, but he loved the game, so it didn't bother him. But he was just on that day at Buffalo Ridge, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, he's on. And so, you know, I'm kind of up the score in my head. I'm like, wow, Dad's on fire today. And you know, and he found his ball. So we come to the last hole. He has to par the last hole to shoot 90 at age 80, which, you know, for his skill, that's an incredible accomplishment. That's like shooting 60 when you're 30 or whatever. But so anyway, I was so nervous on 18 because you know how golf is. It could blow up at any minute now.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't make it 12. Just don't make it 12. You know, I don't want to tell people you had 17 great holes and one bad one. And so, thankfully he hit it up there, knocked it on the green, 2-putted for par, and shot Nanny at age 80, which I claim is a great accomplishment.
Hell yes. Great story.
And so anyway, it really was good. He was, and like I said, I heard Jack Nicklaus say one time, and I think I may have told you this before, Reg. Jack Nicklaus said one time in an interview, he said, the 3 most important things in golf: what did you shoot, where did you play, and who did you play with? And when you really think about it, Jack said, the first 2 don't really matter at all. It's people that you want to play with, and getting to play with people that you're so really special. They ran it. The editor at Sports Illustrated lives in San Antonio, Jeff Ritter, and so really pleased that they ran it, and showed it to my mom, showed it to a bunch of people, and so just a great time. And I have to tell you, Rach, I was cleaning out his office the other day at his work, and I found about 10 dozen Pro V1 X's he had squirreled away from different. I'm just looking at all the desk trying to clean up, and there's 10 dozen Pro V1s. And I thought, I'll put these to a good home. I'll make sure they go to a good place, Mom.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Your bag.
Very, very, like I said, great memories and no regrets. So, and, like I said, your buddy Bruce Bernard played golf with him, and, Jack Parker played a lot of golf with Jack Parker and Buddy Cook. So really just pleased that I could write that Sports Illustrated and just know what he was about, because I have a feeling that's a lot of golfers out there. They couldn't tell you what the score was. They don't have a handicap. They can't remember all the plays, but they love the game because they love being with people. And that was exactly my dad.
Well, I can
That's
tell
awesome.
you this, Art. I think everybody who has played golf with their dad, it's memories like you wouldn't believe. And again, I got my dad's hat on the wall. I got my dad's picture on the wall. He looks very bad stance. And then one with my mother and him. I mean, when you take a look at those things and you go, and I wear his hat ever so often.
Oh, yeah.
So it is. So when I read your story, it takes you back to those days when you go, my God, that was so much fun when we used to do it. And you know something? It was never like, what did you shoot? You're right. My dad was like, let's go get a beer and let's get some pizza afterwards.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. And like I couldn't, you gave me $100. I couldn't tell you what we shot at Pebble Beach or what we shot in Ireland or what we shot at Old Course in St. Andrews. I couldn't tell you, but I know we did it together. And that's the most important thing, that we got to do it together. And, really, really is special. So I don't want to talk too much. I'll start crying on the radio or on the podcast.
Okay, well,
I get you, man, because I'm the same way with Ty. There's only one score, and that was the first time he ever beat me, that we remember what the scores are. But other than that, we go out, we have fun, and it's time to be cherished. And after all these years, watching him grow up from a cross-handed little guy to 128 junior victories, now Division I golfer, it's been a blessing as a dad. Yeah. And I hope that the legacy now gets passed on when he has children.
I will tell you one thing, that we were playing a long time ago up at Royal Oaks Country Club in Dallas. And like I said, he wasn't very good. I wasn't very good, but he hits this bullet off the tee. And it is going to par 3, and it's going right at the hole. I mean, right at the hole. And I had never made a hole-in-one before in my entire life back then. And I said, if this ball is in the hole, and for a hole-in-one, before I make one on this shot, I am never playing golf again. That proves it's enough. And somehow it stopped about 3 feet from the hole. but we had a great time together and all that. I mean, I got a lot of memories there and a lot of good memories. So it was fun, and you know, yeah, we had a great time playing together, and I think there is. I have a buddy in Dallas that used to be really, really good when he was a junior. He was like a +4, and now he's older. He's not as good. He's terrible to play with because every shot he hits is like, oh, I used to be better than this, or in 19 I could hit it and so he is really, and I won't tell you his name because he could listen tonight, but he gets terrible to play with, and I hate playing with him because all he talks about is how good he used to be and not what he is now. Well, I think that's the blessing of the fact that I was never very good. I was never a +4. My dad was never very good, but we
Same here.
out of the game.
But ever so often, it's your day.
It was his day at Buffalo Ridge. He never shot that well again at a great golf course. Didn't lose a ball. And he made putts and
Hey, folks, listen, if you have not read the story, it's going to be posted on the TexasGolfInsider.com, and it'll be a spring issue editorial because I think everybody needs to hear these stories between son and dad, because once they read the article, they're going to go, man, I remember. You look on the wall and you go, God dang it, man, I remember all those things. But you're right. I don't remember any of the scores except one when I beat my brothers and they had to pay me $5. And that's on that wall right there. You can see the $5. And you know what I did? I told them, I said, you can keep your damn $5. I don't need it. And they go, but by the time I left, they put it in my wallet somewhere, or they put it in a suitcase. And when I got back to Texas, they said, we pay our bills, but when we come back down to Texas, we'll kick your ass. And but it's those little. That's the one I remember because that's the only time. All my brothers are much better than me, and that's the only time I beat them. But then afterwards, I took all the winnings. I said, man, you guys don't need any to pay me anything. Let me buy you guys a couple cocktails, and that's the way you do it, right?
That's the great thing about golf. It's being together. It's spending 4 hours with people you want to spend time with, and it's just
it's truly it too.
And it's very true. You've heard the saying that you ask a guy, and Reg, you know this because you're in the business. You ask somebody if you can spend 4 hours in their office talking about ads. They're like, I'm a little busy, Reg. Don't think I can spare 4 hours. 5 minutes, But hey, you want to go play golf? You want to go out this? We got a new course here this couple. Yeah, I'd love to do that. And spending time with people at the golf course that you want to spend time with, it can be nothing better.
Well, I tell you, folks are going to have to read that article. Check it out. It's going to be posted on Friday. Hey, Art, we're getting pretty close to being up against the clock. We're actually running over a little bit. But we got to talk. You got something coming up about the art of golf. Talk to me.
2024, people are starting to get ready for 2024 and where they're going to go, where they're going to play. And so we've got our trips listed on the website, www.theartofgolf.com, artofgolftravel.com. And theartofgolftravel.com. And all our sites are, we're going to do Augusta again. We're going to do 48 hours in Hilton Head. If your work is, you got no time to get off or anything, we're going to do a 48-hour trip to Hilton Head. We're going to arrive on Sunday afternoon. We're leaving on Tuesday afternoon. We're playing 4 rounds of golf in Hilton Head. And it's a quick, right? We're staying on the beach. So 4 hours there. We're going to Augusta again. You've always wanted to go to Augusta. I've got your badges. I've got your lodging. I've got your restaurants. We're going to do Scotland in May. We're going to the U.S. Open in June in Pinehurst.
Wow.
We're going to play golf at Pinehurst twice, and we're going to go to the U.S. Open 3 days. So great trip to Pinehurst. We're going to do Pebble Beach at the end of July. Then we're going to do Bandon Dunes in October. So Pebble, Bandon, Scotland, Open, Masters, and 48 hours in Hilton Head. That's a pretty good lineup.
And where do they have to go?
www.theartofgolftravel.com.
Artie, we're up against the clock, man. Thank you for sharing the story with us. And of course, golf, Art of Golf, folks, check it out. If you've never been to Augusta, he's the guy who can get you on. And those are big trips. And all I hear is nothing but good times and fun. So, Artie, I appreciate you coming on in, man. And we'll stay in touch. We got more golf ahead of us. Always good playing golf with you, my friend.
Always good. And I thank you about asking about my dad. He's smiling down from heaven right now, hearing us talk about him. So I appreciate that.
Artie, you take care of yourself. We'll catch up with you soon.
Golfer Qualls, I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Ho, 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 how low can you go?
Hey, folks, listen, I'll tell you what, we're going to wrap this thing up here. We ran over just a little bit, and I know Johnny's got to go eat some dinner. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming on and listening in. And folks, I want to thank everybody throughout the week. I mean, that's where it really does well for us when you guys share. And don't forget, free golf balls for a full complete year, a sleeve of golf balls, 52 sleeves of golf balls. All you have to do is go to TexasGolfInsider.com. Artie Strickland, I want to thank him for coming on in. Johnny G, always for taking care of us and even staying a little bit later than he normally would do. And you can't, but Golfer Claus. He's got his act together. Gravy, where are you going to be next week? Are you going to
baby?
Are you going to be back in town next week?
I'll be back in town at the Junior Championships at the Hill Country Hyatt in San Antonio. And then Golfer Claus will make his way around the world in 2024 for the Texas Golf Insider, going to several different countries around the world, growing the game of golf one swing at a time.
And folks, listen, he's taken us with him. It's been a beautiful year so far, Gravy. I mean, you've taken our show to a different level. We're matching what we did last year. And last year was a mega year. And it just seems to be the mega year again. And if we can keep track of what we're doing right now, we're happy campers. And as long as you guys keep sharing and tuning in throughout the week, Dave and I'll be coming back every week to keep doing this. And until then, rain or shine,
book your tea time. Ho, ho, ho. Do you know what's in this hole?
Hey, you know what this is, right? Check it out.
Fireball.
Cheers, folks. Have a great week.